Before we start, have you heard of Beethoven, and where in the world are you from? Feel free to answer in the comments section. Our story begins in the city of Bonn, Germany, in the year 1770. A baby boy named Ludwig van Beethoven was born into a family of musicians. His father, Johann, was a singer and a strict man who had high hopes for his son. Johann dreamed that Ludwig would become a musical genius like Mozart. From a very young age, Ludwig showed an extraordinary talent for music. His father pushed him hard, making him practice the piano for hours every day. Despite the harsh discipline, Ludwig's love for music only grew stronger. By the age of 12, Ludwig was already a skilled pianist and composer. His talent was undeniable, and he quickly gained a reputation as a musical prodigy. At 17, he traveled to Vienna, the musical capital of the world, to study with the famous composer Joseph Haydn. Vienna would become his home and the place where his genius would flourish. In Vienna, Beethoven dazzled audiences with his piano performances and bold compositions. He was known for his fiery personality and his intense passion for music. His compositions were powerful and emotional, unlike anything people had heard before. Beethoven's music had the ability to move people deeply, touching their hearts and souls. But at the height of his career, Beethoven faced a devastating challenge. In his late 20s, he began to notice a ringing in his ears and difficulty hearing. Over the next few years, his hearing deteriorated rapidly. For a musician, this was a catastrophe. Beethoven was terrified that he would lose his ability to create music. Determined not to let his deafness define him, Beethoven threw himself into his work with even greater intensity. He continued to compose, relying on his inner sense of sound and the vibrations of the piano to guide him. His music became even more innovative and profound, reflecting his personal struggles and triumphs. One of Beethoven's most remarkable works during this period is his Third Symphony, also known as the Eroica. This symphony was revolutionary in its complexity and emotional depth. It marked a turning point in Beethoven's career and in the history of music. The Eroica Symphony celebrated the heroism of the human spirit, a theme that resonated deeply with Beethoven's own life. As his deafness progressed, Beethoven became increasingly isolated. He struggled with feelings of anger and despair. Yet despite these challenges, he continued to compose some of the most beautiful and powerful music the world has ever known. In 1808, Beethoven premiered his Fifth Symphony. The opening notes of this symphony are among the most famous in classical music, da, 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 da. These four notes symbolize fate knocking at the door, a reflection of Beethoven's own battles with his destiny. The Fifth Symphony is a testament to his indomitable spirit and his refusal to be defeated by his circumstances. Another of Beethoven's masterpieces is the Ninth Symphony, completed in 1824. This symphony was groundbreaking. Featuring a full choir and soloists in its final movement, the famous Ode to Joy. The Ninth Symphony is a powerful expression of hope, unity, and the triumph of the human spirit. It is a celebration of joy and brotherhood, transcending the barriers of language and culture. By the time the Ninth Symphony was premiered, Beethoven was completely deaf. He could not hear the applause of the audience, who were moved to tears by his music. Yet he stood on stage, conducting with all his heart, his face beaming with the joy of creation. Beethoven's music continues to inspire and uplift people around the world. His life is a story of incredible talent, relentless perseverance, and the power of the human spirit. Despite his struggles, he never gave up on his passion for music. He transformed his suffering into beauty, creating works that touch the soul and stir the heart. Ludwig van Beethoven died in 1827, but his legacy lives on. Through his compositions, Beethoven speaks to us across the centuries, reminding us that even in the face of great adversity, we can find joy, hope, and the courage to keep going. This is the story of Beethoven, a story of genius, determination, and the unbreakable spirit of a man who refused to be silenced.